Hello everyone, good morning. Let me introduce myself. My name's Muhammad Arif Gederniko and NPM 2341115 and I'm from to Management 23. And today we are exploring the complex machinery that drives the global economy. So guys, navigating the international business landscape is more than just moving goods across borders. It is about understanding a deeply interconnected, yes, alright, and then web of environmental factor. To success, a company must adapt to diverse regulatory frameworks and recognize that legal, technological, accounting, and political factors are not isolated silos. They are constantly influencing on one another. Let's dive into the first layer of this landscape, the legal environment. So, next slide. In this slide, global legal environment or labyrinth. The primary challenge, the primary challenge is diversity. You might move from a common law system to a civil law system. Legal diversity, cross-border complexities, cross-border complexities, the common law system versus the civil law system. And then, second key consideration, control law, intellectual property, IP law, commercial law, and labor law. And then, global impact, international agreement, organization, and then we see the stage of this early in the famous Apple versus Samsung case, which highlights just how difficult and expensive it is to enforce IP right across different national borders. Organizations like the WTO and the UN provide some structure, but the complexity remains a major hurdle for global expansion. And then, next, um, slide 3. So, next we'll look at technology while it facilitates trade and global communication. It also creates a digital divide that companies must navigate in our hyper-connected world. The role of technology. Facilitating trade and communication address the challenge of the digital divide. And second, cyber risk. Data privacy concerns in a globalized world. And then global complications. And the operational costs of our hyper are no longer just its issue, they are core business risks. Global compliance is not just legally required but operationally expensive. In fact, the average cost for a large firm to maintain a compliance strategy now exceeds uh, for a year. High-tech business requires high-level protection and deep pockets for regulatory adherence. The role of technology and cyber risk and then global compliance. Next, IES and financial reporting. Accounting standards, a comparison of GAAP and IFRS across countries, and transparency and currency. Transparency is important for investor. The impact for exchange rates and inflation. A global business is only as strong as its transparency. This brings use to accounting standards, specifically the comparison between GAAP and IFRS. For investor, transparency is the ultimate currency. They need to know that the numbers they see in one country mean the same thing in another. We also have to manage the volatility of exchange rates and inflation. A great example of best practice is Nestle. You know Nestle? Yes. Alright, which adopted IFRS specifically to provide better transparency and constant consistency for its global stakeholders. Um, Standards reporting is the bridge that connects global capital to local operation. So, transparency is important for investor. The impact of exchange rates and inflation. Transparency and currency accounting standards. So, next, in slide political risk assessment. Political risk, instability, corruption, threat barriers, and second, impact political events, Brexit, trade wars, and then mitigation, diversification, insurance, lobbying. Even with perfect accounting and legal structures, political risk can change everything overnight. Instability, corruption, and trade barriers are constant threats. Recent events like Brexit or the ongoing US-China trade wars have shown how political shifts can dismantle global supply chains in an instant. To survive, business must practice mitigation. This means diversifying markets, investing in political risk insurance, and engaging in active lobbying in international business. The political weather is just important as the economic climate. So the finally to work up, let's look at Starbucks as a case study for emerging markets. Their success was not just about coffee, it was about navigating specific legal, political, and economic factors in every new country they entered. The key, yes, the key takeaway here is that diligence and practice risk management are negotiable. You must take a holistic approach, integrating every aspect with. Hmm, sorry guys. Looking ahead, the threats of protectionism and rapid technological shifts will continue to challenge us, making these integrated strategies more vital than ever. So, thank you for your attention. Sorry. Maybe that's all I can say. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. And see you guys.